Good morning. My name's Gary, Denver Guitar Orchestra. We meet here every Monday through Friday to play some music. You should join us. Website is denverguitarorchestra.com, and that's where I'm going to go post our link for today. And you can pick up all the sheet music there as well. Shift, link, enter, edit, settings, open a new window, update, and update. And alright, so we got that posted. Let me make sure the link works properly. Running behind this morning, busy working on Easter bonnet and Peter Cottontail this morning, and didn't quite get it finished, but it will be finished here shortly. And alright, so then let me also then post this on Twitter. Nobody follows us on Twitter, but the idea is that Google will eventually figure out, oh, he does this every day, maybe we should take him seriously. They don't think that. Orchestra.com, denverguitarorchestra.com, and then I click here, and then I click here, and here again. Double click on guitar, double click on the image, click tweet, and then every day our logo gets put on there if nothing else. All right, so there's that. We are all set up. Everybody will be coming in and getting settled in and letting me know how their temperature is in their neighborhood, and diatonic and chromatic. Okay, and then we'll get started. Good morning, Pele, good to see you. Harmonica, and I updated a couple of harmonica songs. I wanted to go make sure that those are in my gadget here. Guitar stuff, there's no updates this morning, guys. I'll be getting that stuff to you this afternoon. I just Easter bonnet took longer than I thought it was going to, so we'll start here in just a jiffy. Let everybody get settled in. Scarborough Fair, chromatic, Peter Cottontail, diatonic. And we'll download those guys. Okay. Always 2 files. Okay, so now I'm set for the next class. Let's talk about this class. Today we are going to be playing let me get to the right zone here. Guitar. Today our plan, at least initially, is to play the Segovia pattern and then the 5 scales. We're going to treat today as if it's Friday. I won't be here tomorrow. Then Farmer in the Dale, Wheels on the Bus, a little bit. Tisket a Tasket, a little bit. Ain't Gonna Rain No More, a little bit. Daisy Bell and Danny Boy probably play those. Well, we'll see. We're not going to get to all that stuff. So grab your guitars. Let's play the Segovia patterns to get us started. And I'm running out of tuners. I got tuners all over the place. They're all out of batteries. Make sure I'm in good shape. Let's see who else wandered in this morning. Pele is here, of course. Elizabeth, April 1st, 48, sunny here with 4 or 5 squirrels. We get a daily squirrel report from Elizabeth. Vic is in from Eugene with internet problems. Sunny, no squirrels yet. All right, internet problems. All right. Internet has become like heat and electricity, right? We have to have it. Evelyn's in from Ecuador. Sound is good. 70 degrees, partly sunny, and perfect day in Cuenca. We're going to have basically a perfect day here in Colorado, too. It's sunny. I think it's supposed to be about 70. And we got about 4 or 5 days in a row here of 70s and 80s. And so we're having perfect spring weather. All right. Where am I at? Let's open up. We're going to do our Segovia scales. Let's talk about those just very briefly this morning. This weekend, you might want to start looking at the A minor pattern, which is measures 2 and 3 on this. I have to get them started, so we might have. So I guess sooner is better than later. So. Where am I at? Oh. 7, that doesn't make sense. 5, oh, I didn't go up far enough. 11, 12. So you'd be playing in 9th position. 7, 8, 9. Okay. 9, 11, 12. So we will probably tackle just measure 2 to get started, all the way up to measure 17. But so go ahead and spend a little bit of time on the Segovia pattern, measures 2 and 3. That's quite an undertaking. It will definitely be questionable whether it's worth it. But I feel like we've been on the Segovia C pattern a while, and hopefully that's starting to be memorized. So let's play that, and let's see how we do. From the top, Segovia pattern, measure 1, twice through. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go. Close, getting better. And again, next week we will start the long, lonely journey through measures 2 and 3. How about that? So just if you have a little bit of time this weekend, maybe peek those over, and then we'll talk about them at length starting next week. Let's grab our other set of scales, the 5 scales, and we're going to do the C major one today. Where is it? First 5 guitar scales. 5 scales, guitar tab. All right. And these ones are open scales, so these are ones that include a 0. The thing to pay attention to anytime a scale includes a 0, that means that it's as low down as you can possibly get it. And then if you want to do a C sharp major scale, for example, you just take that exact pattern, just move it up, and then all of a sudden you're going to be using your 1s where the 0s, your index where your 0s would have been. You will have to rethink fingering a little bit, but that's what the nice thing about guitar is. When you have your open scales, you can play those the exact same pattern going up the neck, but you do have to include the 0s suddenly need to be fingered, and which means that all of your other fingers have to trade out. Let's give it a try. The C pattern 2 times through. 1, 2, 3, 4. at the ending. Pretty bad there. I got just really overthinking it, going up to the 4th fret. All right, so clearly I need to work on that one a little bit too. All right, double octave guitar scales with tab. All right, there's that. Next up, let's go grab, this is the last day for Farmer in the Dell, so let's go grab that and see how that's coming along. Alright, first verse and last verse. Chords, well, let's play it through twice. Pick 2 different chord patterns, either thumb or index or plucking or arpeggiating. Any of those are acceptable right hand approaches. Left hand, pretty straightforward. 1, 2, the farmer in the dell, the farmer in the dell. Hi ho the dairy-o, the farmer in the dell. The cheese stands alone, the cheese stands alone. Hi ho the dairy-o, the cheese stands alone. One more time. The cheese stands alone, the cheese stands alone. Hi ho the dairy-o, the cheese stands alone. Alright, so there's your A chord. That's the end of discussion of A chord in book 1, sort of. So in book 1 we talk about E chord and A chord so far. And you want to have both of those memorized. Let's play the melody 2 times through. The first time, now let's just play the melody 1 time through. Grab your A chord and don't try, you're playing the entire melody with your ring finger fundamentally, other than, and these 2 stay planted. 1, 2. Enough of that. Now grab your A chord. Let's do the tough acts very slowly. 1, 2. Alright, beautiful. There needs to be a strum at the end, and we need to do 2, 2, and that's kind of cool. 2, 2. Nice. Farmer in the Dell. Okay, next up, guys, the Easter songs, Easter, Peter Cottontail, I have done. Easter Bonnet, I'm still fussing with the last little bits of it. It turns out the bridge on that is really quite extraordinarily complicated. So I will get those posted before tonight. Remember, tonight we have our Beatles get together. All of you are absolutely 100% welcome. If you don't have the sheet music, you send me an email and I send you a collection of fingerstyle Beatles tunes to rival the ages. And so you will have that tonight. Tonight we'll have So anyway, I'm apologizing for not having Peter Cottontail and Easter Bonnet up for you yet, but they are imminent, and so probably this afternoon I'll get those posted so that you have those. We can at least talk about them and why you would probably. All I can tell you about both of those songs is Donna. As I was working on them, she came around and she goes, "Are you about done with those?" That usually is a sign that we're dealing with songs that are a teeny tiny bit on the annoying side, and she's like, you know what, I need you to have Easter Bonnet finished. Peter Cottontail was already pretty much finished, so let's go grab, speaking of annoying songs, let's go grab Wheels on the Bus. And I always forget that this book, I have the whole teacher's guide in the back of the book. The only thing we care about this song is F chord and C chord, and it's those of you guys that are like have played everything in book 2, and you're like, you know what, I can't stand those songs anymore. I'm going to just play out of book 3 exclusively now for the rest of my life. You want to be able to take F chord with you, and that's the purpose of Wheels on the Bus, and then also skip to Malou, getting your F chord together. Okay. Tiny bit of a buzz down here because my knuckle isn't not set on there very well, so the first thing I did without even thinking about it was raise my bar up just a little bit. Let's see if I can clean that up. Sometimes pushing your bar up a little bit, pulling it down just a little bit, rolling it back a little bit, maybe rolling it forward a little bit. Those are your quick fixes on buzzy bars. The real fix, obviously, is making sure you have built your muscle strength in your thumb correctly. And the way you build that correctly is making sure your thumb is in the correct position. And it's hanging out right here behind where my middle finger is. It's almost always there. And right now, normally I have it, this thumb a teeny tiny bit toward the upper part of the back. When I go to a bar chord, especially F chord, it tends to drop down just a smidge, so that I can make sure to keep this shape going here. And you'll see how bent this finger is and how basically straight this finger is. This all depends on your hand architecture. I have a shorter pinky, and so I have a hard time keeping a good curve on it. Okay, and so I often have to make minor adjustments to get that there. Okay. Your goal, get it from F to C, back to F. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town. The wipers on the bus go swish, 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 swish. The wipers on the bus go swish, 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 all through the town. The money on the bus goes clink, 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 clink. The money on the bus goes clink, 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 all through the town. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town, town, town. That's it. Forgot to change back to the chord. And again, give yourself permission to make that clunking noise, because that will go away as your hand strength improves. Okay. As long as you're getting it on in time, and a lot of times that means abandoning one of the strums before it's time to get an F chord on. So if you're busy playing your C, you see the next chord is an F, and just give up on C early to get your F on as best as you can. Okay. Other mention, I don't think we talked about it this week, but we've talked about it in the past. If you take that F chord shape and move it up to 5, bar on 5, F shape in front, E shape in front. You have an A chord, and then you drop it down to the 3rd fret, it becomes a G chord. And then you drop it down to 1, back to your F chord, and then drop it 1 more where you just have your E chord on. You have that very characteristic, almost Spanish feeling, almost flamenco style feel. And that's a really kind of fun way to practice your bar chords. Dun, 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 dun. And the other thing you can be practicing on that, trying to minimize the amount of string noise. And the way you do that, if you have a classical guitar, you've got a plastic string on your middle finger, so you use that as your guide. I don't lose too much sleep over string buzz. I think it's fine. But a lot of people, it drives them crazy. And so that's another thing to work on with that. All right, Wheels on the Bus. How are we doing on time? 1:27. So that's the end of book 2. A lot of you guys have been through book 2 once or twice, and you're probably thinking, yeah, I just can't do a tisket a tasket anymore. And that's when you're like making your commitment to book 3. Let's play. Trying to think about the smartest way to handle this. Let's go grab Daisy Bell out of the other book. I think a Tisket and Tasket, Ain't Gonna Rain No Mo, are easy enough, and I know most of you guys have been around a while that we'll not spend too much time on them. I'll probably repost those next week. I do, and my big thing is I want to get to lesson 61 today, and so let's go play Daisy Bell, Danny Boy, and then we'll get in lesson 61. I think that's about all we'll have time to do today. So if you will grab Daisy Bell, please. All right, with Daisy Bell, D chord, G chord, and an A7. Oh, I guess there's a B minor in there, right? B minor is nice. It is your F shape, right? Moved up 1, and then instead of an E shape in front, it's your A minor shape, and that comes in there, right? And that's feels like a super scary chord in the middle of a song that's pretty happy. But anytime you see a D chord on a complete song, there's a good chance a B minor is going to show up in there. Okay. Pick any way you want to play it. I'm going to play Tough Axe through it twice. And so if you want to do that, do that. If you would rather play melody or chords, do that. It's a 3-beat count-in, not fast. It says 160, but because of the 3-beat arrangement, it actually ends up feeling quite slow. 1, 2, 3. all sorts of notes on how to finish this up, and I clearly don't agree with anything. Probably a plain old D chord at the end would be fine. Let's do it one more time from the top. Any way you want to play it. 1, 2, 3. Just a regular D chord on the end there rather than that 10 10 11 11 10 10. I just put a regular D chord on there, maybe not even hit the top string, you know, simplify it just a little bit, and it seems like too much. All right, 0 there. All right, so there's that. Let's go play Danny Boy. I think Daisy Bell is one of my favorite songs ever. I just love the way it goes together. It's plenty hard, plenty challenging piece of music. All right, so Danny Boy, I think, was originally in book 4. I think we moved it down. It was, and so I moved it down to book 3, only because it's public domain. It's a pretty challenging song to get correct. And remember, over at measure 13, where that high note is, it's a bar on 9, 10, and then a C shape in front of that. That's a lot of work through that little section there. If you watch singers do this, they really fight it too, that one note there. All right, let's give it a try. Danny Boy from the top, nice and slow. It's really a 1-beat count in, but let's do a 5-beat count in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. How about if I play the right note? There's the string I'm looking for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. single time at measure 15 and a half. So I'm coming out of, so it's, okay, so I should not slide my, I should put my middle finger right on that note. Don't slide up. Middle, M-I-D-D-L-E, exclamation point, and I think that would solve that problem. There we go. There's Danny Boy. That's nice, right? That's a tough song, but it's also probably worth the effort. Good. Danny Boy. Let's skip down by the riverside. Let's go to lesson 61 today. Wanted to reserve just a little bit of time off for this one today, because guess who's going to be sitting in front of the recording device trying to get this perfect this weekend? All right, lesson 61. And then I will walk you through, and a number of places we'll stop and talk about fingering choices that I've discovered. I feel like I've got it finally down. I think some of you were here when we'd worked on this the first couple of times. I think the fingering choices were quite challenging, especially measure 23. It just is, it's really quite challenging. And so we'll stop and talk about it, and then we'll play through it a couple times. So first of all, grab your C chord. C, hit the 3 and the 2, and then by just holding the chord, you've got that first measure done. I have been pulling my ring finger back, but it doesn't make sense to do that. Just put your index finger up, let it go, because you're not going to use this note anyway. Move your index finger up to the 2 of the 5th string, and then that's going to make more sense. Ring finger back down, and then take them both off. Finger at the top. Put it back where it goes. Index finger, ring finger, no fingers. And then that's when you see this moment here, measure 7, you've got to get your ring finger, instead of where it's normally on the 5th string, now it's going to go on the 4th string because we're changing the chord. Lift your middle finger up to get the 3 on measure 8. Okay, and then you don't need to move anything here. You're just going to drop your plucking hand, thumb on the 4th string now. Middle finger on the 2. Back to the ring finger, and then no finger. Finger on the 5th string 2, open, ring finger on 3, middle finger on 2, open, and then ring finger on the top string, get your index finger down on the 1. Back to your C chord shape. Index finger, ring finger on 3, A7 shape, pluck the 5th string, move your plucking fingers down to 2 strings 2 and 3, thumb on the D string, open on the 5th string. This is the hard move right here. Is your ring finger is going to hit 3, and then you've got to move your middle finger up along with your pinky finger, get it on the 2nd string. So you see this little shape here, okay? So it looks like a D7 shape, but it's on the string, 1 string up and 1 fret forward, and this is the only way that I can seem to find to do this correctly. So ring, middle, and pinky here. Take your ring finger off. Grab your 0 on the 5th string. Your ring finger is now going to come back down onto the 3rd fret of the 4th string, and you just leave your middle finger where it was. Index finger on that 2. And I've lifted using my middle finger up to get the open zeros. Do I have this right? I want to make sure I get exactly what I'm doing. Why did I write pinky there? I think that should be ring. Ring on the third string, fourth, yeah, that should be a ring. Yes. And then ring now goes back up to 5, the 5th string. Put your C chord back together. And then this is weird because you don't actually do anything here other than change your strings you're plucking. Thumb goes to 2, and then your index finger is down for the 1s. Drop your ring finger to the 4th string. Lift up your index finger. Middle finger on the 2. Middle finger on the 2 of the 5th string. C chord. Make sure you're on the right strings. Okay, so it's a. I will actually post my fingering notes on this so that you can double check that yours makes sense with mine. I really have dug into 21 through 29 and I think that I think I have it right. I think I've studied the original sheet music along with the piece of music you have here, and I think that it makes the most sense to do it the way I'm fingering it. So let's try one more time, a little bit slower, and see how we do. 1, 2, 3. Index, ring, none, ring, ring, index, ring, none. Drop your ring, middle. Change your right hand. Open, ring, middle, open, ring. C chord, index, ring, open, ring. A7 shape. Middle finger up, pinky finger down, ring finger down. Lose your ring finger. Open. What did I do here? Oh, ring finger on the 3, so I should make myself a note because that way that's a place where you're like, what is going to happen next? Index on the 2, lift up your middle, ring on the 3, middle finger back on 2, change your right hand, add your index, ring on the 4th string, open, middle finger, C chord. Okay. Up, left, middle, left. Let's try it one more time. Is that too fast? Is that about the right speed? It should obviously be twice that fast. So we start off obviously crazy slow and see how much we can get out of it. 1, 2, 3. up and got myself in a pickle. So that's what's going on Lesson 61. I will post revised fingerings for that, so that, and we'll probably, I don't know if I'll get it on video this week or not, but we'll probably play it next week anyway, just because I think it's a good song and a really good opportunity for us to really be overly thoughtful about where everything goes on this hand. And there is a little bit of thinking that goes on your right hand. So, all right, so that's it for Thursday. Tomorrow I won't be here, but this afternoon I will get Easter Parade and Peter Cottontail posted. Both of them are super annoying. You can decide whether you want to play them or not. Remember, tonight is orchestra night, so we'll be going through Beatles tunes, probably by request. Whatever you guys want to play tonight, I'm good with that. Looks like we're up to a dozen or so songs on that site. Again, if you don't have the sheet music, toss me an email and I will get it to you. And then I'll see all of you guys at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. We're on daylight savings time these days, guys, so hopefully you figure out wherever that is in your country, and I will see all of you, most y'all tonight, and then if I don't see you either tonight or tomorrow, I hope you all have a wonderful 3-day weekend, and I will see all of the rest of you on Monday. And on Monday we just will continue going on. I do have a whole new set of songs that I want to get posted in there from the work that I'm doing on my personal stuff, so that you're going to accidentally end up being a classical guitar student as well. I'll try to be rational about how much I give to you of that stuff, because he really loaded me up this week and I don't want you to have to suffer. So that's what I got going on. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are, and I'll see most of you tonight, and I'll see a few of you on Monday. Pele, Elizabeth, Vic, Evelyn, have a wonderful day. Yeah, I'm looking forward to tonight too. That Beatles stuff is fun to play. So, all right, talk to you guys a little later.